Hey me pony, it's me, Moonset here, back with another video. Today we are back with balancing for fun. And today we are doing Tech Dabi. I know I said I was going to do assaults, but then I watched a few Tech Dabi based videos. And wow, he is really bad. Again, I did a tier list. And on my tier list, he was, I'm pretty sure, F tier, right next to, like, only second to Twice, right? And Twice has really went down the gutter, to be honest, so, yeah. So yeah, we're doing Tech Derby next video, because I'm already doing this. We're doing, as I call them, the, stealing, I think it's, stealing technical? It's Quark stealing technicals, aka Toga, All for One, and Monoma, since they do need balancing, and I would love to get some of my thoughts on, like, All for One and Technical Toga and Monoma, right? But let's get into Dabi's balance changes, and the first one is going to be his alpha. And the thing I'm actually going to buff two things. The first thing is going to be the tracking, and then the second thing is going to be the speed of the alpha. So here, I buffed the tracking of the alpha. So from levels 1 to 4, it will be the same as current Dabi's tracking, that is booty cheeks. But from level 5 to level 9, it will be 50% better than now. We'll have 50% more tracking. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of fun, especially combined with the buffs I did to his alpha speed that we'll get to right now. And here, I buffed his alpha speed. From level 1 to level 3 is the same as current, of course, but at level 4, 7, and 9, he gets a plus 12% attack speed for each of those levels. Now, would this be too much? Maybe. I did have it at 10%, but I felt like that was a little bit too slow, so I decided to bump it up to 10% each level up. I meant 12%, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so with all of them added up, his alpha would actually be 36% faster than it is in the current game. He really needs this. He needs this extremely badly, because of the fact that, like, it's just the thing that he's a fully grounded character. Like, don't get me wrong, now he has some mobility thanks to tuning because of Wall Runner, Space Hop, Revenge Rapid, acceleration, right? He has stuff now, but it's not as much as other characters, and other characters that do have mobility can also get those tunings if they have the right skins, right? The right costumes. So yeah. And also, like, most characters are fast enough that his orbs wouldn't hit them, no matter what. So I did make them a little bit more faster, plus with the tracking benefit that I did before, it should be really good now. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about of, like, giving his alpha more speed and tracking is mostly the fact that he could, it's a play style, right? But, like, he could literally just activate his gamma and then just stay inside of his gamma as he shoots out his fireballs, and the only people that could, like, contest that are, like, people that don't care about him, aka Ibada, because Ibada's vines for some reason go through his gamma, even though whole vines are made out of plants. Like, I know that this is a game, but out of every character in the game that has a projectile, why is Ibada the only, the only character that can just hit through his thing from a far range with a projectile? Like, out of every character, you would think that Dabi would, counter Ibada more than Ibada countering Dabi, but I guess that's just not the case. I guess Ibada just has fire resistant vine hair, I guess. I guess so vines are just fire resistant, who knew? But yeah, that's all the changes for his alpha. I don't think his alpha needs a damage buff if we're going to make it faster and make it track better. I don't think it needs more damage. So yeah, let's head out to the beta, I guess. Since I did change one thing of the beta to just like we'll talk about it when we get there. Now for his beta changes, and pretty much what I did is make it recharge quicker. So from level 1 to level 3, it will be 4 seconds. From level 4 to level 6, it will be 3.75 seconds. From level 7 to level 8, it will be 3.5 seconds. And at level 9, it will be 3.25 seconds. Now, why did I do this? Because it's 1 second longer than all these. Why is his traps around 5 seconds long? And at like level 9, his traps are like 4.5 seconds to recharge one bullet. Why? Like, don't get me wrong, the traps are good. They do 120 damage, but like, why would you do that? Like, why? Why is it so slow? Like, there's other abilities in the game that do more damage and more AoE, and they come back way quicker. Like, I just don't understand. For example, I don't have an example. Well, I guess Rapid or Chaco. Whole Gamma does stun you, and does pretty good damage too, doing 90 damage for something that stuns you for so long. Yeah, I'm still with the Rapid or Chaco thing. Like, Rapid or Chaco is just so overtuned. It's like, I don't even think it's that she's overtuned. I think it's just that she was good, but she was very like buggy, right? And whenever they fixed the bugs and they fixed like and gave her like quality of life changes and a few buffs here and there, just made her just really, really good, especially with the movement change. Like, it's so funny. I'm going to go on a tangent because I know this is supposed to be a Dabi video, but I'm going to go off a tangent. For Monoma, right? Monoma's beta was nerfed to not take him as far and not let him carry as much momentum, right? It was nerfed because of the momentum change, right? Even though he can still, go across the map thanks to Rapid Deku, and also if he has like speed buffs on, he still goes across the map. But still, they did nerf his beta to not go as far and not carry as much momentum as before. But they did nothing to Ochako or Floppy to like balance them. Like, they still go like they go farther than they did before. Like, what? But anyways, this is a Dabi video. So yeah, I just pretty much buffed his cooldown. He still has the same cooldown penalties, but he doesn't, like, he recharges quicker. So yeah, let's go to the next one. I'm giving Dabi's beta a quote-unquote new effect that his traps do not, and this is more of a buff than a new effect, but they do not get activated by Tech Alpha 1's Gamma at all. I have no idea why Tech Alpha 1's Gamma just destroys his traps. Like, it would make more sense if, like, Tech Alpha 1's Gamma teleported the traps to himself, right? Because that's like you're teleporting them, but he doesn't. He just destroys them, right? Like, there's no reason for it to destroy it. It doesn't even do damage. So, like, I am just making it so that, like, buffing it so that, it just doesn't take damage, because it makes no sense that his betas just get destroyed by an Alpha 1 push or pull. Just makes no sense. But yeah, that's really it for the beta. So let's go to the Gamma. And for his Gamma, I gave him something that everyone pretty much wants, let's all be honest. When activating Gamma, he will gain hyper armor. Though he won't gain any damage resistance, so you can be extremely hot afterwards. Like, imagine Assault All for One. Assault All for One. That is a thing, but still. Like, Rapid All Might just beaming you down whenever you have a hyper armor. So this is kind of a nerf and a buff, but it's like a net buff. Let's all be honest. Like, him just, like, being able to just put his gamma down with barely anything that really, takes him out of it anymore. Besides, like, I think grabs. Besides grabs, nothing else, like, takes him out. And I guess pulls because, Tech All for One exists. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Just giving his gamma hype armor on the animation. And let's head to his special action changes. But I'll explain more when we get there. Now, for the special action changes, what I'm going to do here is going to give you guys 3 different, options. There we go. Options for his special action changes, and you guys can choose which one you want, because I will be honest, Dabi special action is one of those that I do not get why it's so bad. Like, he needs to wait around 7 minutes to revive himself. Ibada only needs to wait 60 seconds to revive a teammate. The exact same thing with Kurogiri if you use one, though if you do use both, it is 6 minutes. But still, right? Like, why does Dabi need to wait an entire, 7 minutes? And not only does he have to wait for 7 minutes, the ability itself is really bad because he can't even use it if he's taking any form of damage. When with, Cemento, Swappy, Ibada, and Kirigiri, right? Even like Deku and All Might and Ida, all of them can revive you if you're taking damage. Like, really, I just do not understand. Like, yeah. So the first option is just to make his special action recharge a lot quicker, aka 2 times quicker, from 360 seconds to 180 seconds. Aka, I think it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes for his special action, because there's no reason that it needs to be that long for what it does. Again, he cannot revive himself if he's taking damage, and every person knows that, so why not at least let him use it more often, since most people are just going to, not allow him to res. Not only that, but again, it's just a really bad revive. I don't even know, you guys are gonna have to tell me, does reinforced revive work for Dabi special action? Because I don't think it does, and if it doesn't, that's just another nerf of his own special action. Like, it should work with it, but I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but if it doesn't, yeah, that's just bad. But let's go to the second one, the second option to buff his special action, and the second option is gonna be a little bit of a rework, but you'll see what it is. And here we are. New effect. After every KO, assist, or execution that Dabi does, will reduce his special action's cooldown by 7%. And Dabi can now revive himself in Storm. When Dabi revives himself, he will be immune to Storm damage for 5 seconds. This will be disabled at Final Circle. Now, let me explain the Storm thing. One, I feel like he should be able to revive himself in Storm. I think he just should. And 2, the reason why I said he's immune to it for 5 seconds is mostly because of the fact he revived himself with so little HP that I do think he should. And that's also why I put it that in Final Circle, that effect gets nullified, because then he would just be overpowered. Because imagine, Final Circle, right? You and a Dabi are the same HP, right? you both go down at the same time, right? But then the Dabi just reses, and then and since he's immune to storm damage for 5 seconds, he just wins the fight because he's immune to the damage, right? So yeah, I just made it so that would be like, deactivated at final circle. And the biggest thing, his cooldown being reduced by 7% every KO, assist, or execution. Me personally, I think this is more entertaining than the last idea, because the last idea was literally just buffing the cooldown of it to only be 3 minutes. This one would keep it at around 7 minutes, right? It would keep it around at 7 minutes, but it would allow you to speed it up with a kind of character trait of him just, burning everything around him, just destroying everything. Yeah. The only thing that I don't know how I feel about is that it also does this with executions. And if that's the case, then by technicality, if you KO someone and then execute them, you would actually get 14% reduced besides of 7%. But at the same time, it's like, do I really care? He kind of needs it. But I would also probably say the 7% don't stack, so if you KO someone or help someone with an assist, then the execution doesn't do anything. And if you just don't do anything but you get the execution, then you get the 7%, right? So I think that makes the most sense. But then we have the third option that would be the most like, okay, now it makes sense that his res is 7 minutes long. So let's get to the final option that I made for his special action. And the final special action, new effect. Dabi can revive himself no matter what. This would also make him be able to revive in Storm and make him immune to the Storm for 5 seconds, again until the final circle. This would be a huge buff to Dabi. Just allowing Dabi to revive himself, even if he's taking damage, would be so good for Dabi, and I'm not even joking. They should just do this, because this is the thing. Every other res besides the Kuragiri's instantly revives the person. Why doesn't Dabi's? And you might say because it's a self-revive and it's more annoying, but like Kuragiri can literally teleport a Dabi across the map. Isn't that more annoying than just having a Dabi insta-revive themselves once and then you instantly kill them anyways because they have so little HP whenever they revive? You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't know. I feel like, especially since we have like some Mentos and Ibarra that literally give you like a shield to protect you. It's like, and then Dabi also gets that, but it's only 2 projectiles. It's like, yeah, he does need something. And this one, if they did do it, they would just have to, they can leave the 7 minutes revive, because it kind of makes sense at that point, because he can actually revive himself whenever, so makes sense. Well, that's all the changes I would make to Tech Dabi. I think with this, he would probably be more like A or B tier, mostly because, again, he still doesn't have any type of mobility, so he can only go so high, especially if I don't want to make him broken. So, like, yeah, like, this would probably be where he stays, like, B tier, most likely. So, yeah, I hope all you ponies enjoyed, and, yeah, see all you ponies on the next one. Peace out.